Show off your haircut. Oh, look at this short-haired goose. Ready for the hot weather. So ready. Ah, look at your paws. They're so clean. Look at those paws. Yeah? Are you excited? Yeah? Do you like being short-haired goose? Yeah? You're so much happier with your short hair. We might just keep you short hair year-round. He's all bouncing all around. It's like all your weight is gone. Is that hair really heavy? All right, hello, people. You can leave if you want to. I've been holding him hostage because I wanted to show off his cute haircut. Oh, good boy. He laid down. All right, hello, everyone. Welcome back to more of this. I'm wearing Venti's cape like a scarf today. I figured I'd try one last style to see if that works. I'm also gonna braid my hair, but I ran out of time, so we're gonna do that during cutscenes. Multitasking, yeah, we're great at everything. We have a C4 of him now, right? Yeah, which is pretty good. If we can get a C6 today, I'll be very happy, but I'm not sure how much money I want to put into the game today, so we might just then have something to look forward to the next time his banner comes out. So you know, our main focus today is gonna be the festival, which we started. All right, let's go! Woo! I did some grinding on my own, but not a ton, and I got concerned. Paimon all of a sudden was like, oh, it's time for the next boat to get here. And I remembered that they were like super specific with the time limits this time. They were like, on day 1, you do this. And then on the 2nd day of the festival, you do this. And then on the 3rd, and like blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay, it's not a huge deal, but can I miss
traveler,
this one?
let's go. The world is full of lost ballads just waiting to be rediscovered.
Venti's like, shut up, let's play. Okay, God. Anyway, long story short, it turns out, no, apparently you can't miss it. That's what I was told, so hopefully that was correct. Otherwise, I'll be really mad. Gotta do the Venti braids for extra luck.
You must be visiting from Liyue to participate in the Iridori Festival.
Do you think they invited Zhongli and he was just like, no. He doesn't have any money, so he can't really do anything at a festival.
Or have we met somewhere before?
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Recognize
in
that
fact
guy.
we have. Aboard this ship we have calligraphers, painters, and even players of Theater Mechanicus.
Where's the young master?
He's,
Fincho's just sitting there, sound asleep.
Ah, my boy!
What?
Hi, buddy.
It seems fate
We're
has
guests
destined our
everywhere.
paths to cross once again. I was a little too caught up in a novel on the voyage here. When I finally realized what time it was, the first rays of dawn were already peeking over the horizon. The Conjo Commission will likely wish to inspect our invitation letter. Let's keep it in hand, shall we? Huh? That's odd.
What's wrong? Sorry, I'm trying not to braid this cord into my hair. I might.
There was a piece of paper underneath my bag.
Oh, no.
Strange.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't
we're looking
recall
for
seeing it
clues.
there before.
Is it a clue?
Ooh, let Paimon have a look.
The 5 Kasen Splendor, Aoi noi Okina. Glorious court life was my youth, and my old age a moonlit haze. I had not wished to behave so treacherously, but my very life was threatened, so I sought out my old work and hid them in my clothes. I do not understand the reason behind all that has happened, only that the mysterious person's motives must be perverse. This poem was dedicated to Akihito, who to my great sorrow was banished. Oh no, poor Akihito.
Oh, yeah, in the warehouse down by the...
Shut up.
The poem hunt competition.
Lumine's like, ah!
That's it. A friend of ours is on retail to paint portraits of the 5 Kasen. Poetic stories about the 5 Kasen have been hidden in various places nearby.
Good save,
If you
Paimon.
can find one of the stories and give it to this friend of ours,
Me?
there's a chance you'll
Oh,
become
no,
the
Albedo.
model
Well,
for the next portrait.
Hooray!
Wait a minute.
Improv
There's
is
a
not
chance of
Paimon's
meeting
strong
Kelks in
suit.
person?
These are
Ah.
good enough.
Huh?
I did it.
Oh,
Did I braid my
yeah.
headphones in? No, I
You
didn't.
could say that.
It is a most
Right,
rare
we're supposed to
opportunity
call
for
him
both
Calx,
Calx and I
not
to be in
Albedo.
Inazuma together.
Got a
But it
pen
seemed he
name.
would be too busy with the portraits to meet with me.
Yeah.
I can take you to see him right now.
Yes, don't worry.
Also, we heard that Calx did illustrations for your A Legend of Sword novel.
Oh, right.
The novels are selling quite well in Inazuma with the help of Calx's beautiful illustrations. Let us depart. Quickly now.
Woo! All right, here we go.
Let's just hope we don't let anything slip while meeting Albedo.
I forgot that we weren't supposed to tell people that there's a problem. We're like keeping the peace, you know? We can't let it spread that there's a problem with the festival. Ayato will be mad at us. And we don't want that. He seems scary when he's mad, so we actually really do not want that. He always is talking about tying birds' tongues together like a psychopath. Whoa! Those are some big fish! Albedo, oh, look at the pretty leaves falling! Whoa, whoa! Oh my god. Alright, I can jump too, child. Whee! Calcs! What's up?
Who
They've
is
never
this
met, but they
accompanying
worked
you?
together before?
It's rude of me to introduce myself by my pen name when meeting in person.
Oh.
Please, call me Xingqiu.
Then
And you may call me Albedo then.
Yeah, good, good.
We haven't seen Xingqiu act this awkward before either.
It's a real eye-opener, that's for sure.
You guys.
What?
It's certainly not good taste for you two to be teasing me like that.
What? We're friends!
By the way, we happened to find a story from the
Xingqiu
poem
needs to
hunt
loosen up.
competition at the docks. I heard that you are collecting them.
Poem hunt?
You know,
A poem
that thing
hunt.
where we have to find pieces of paper
Oh, right,
with
that was that
stories
lie
of the
that we
five
told.
Kasen. Venti found
It's a
one,
game!
and then he was allowed to be a model for one
Yeah!
of your portraits.
Best model. None of the other ones are gonna look as good, obviously.
Oh, why don't we discuss this over a meal?
Food. I
well,
want food. I'm
about
hungry
that.
already. Bad.
Do you have other plans?
I ate not long ago, and now I'm streaming, so
not
I
at
can't
all.
go get food.
Speaking
It's
of
alright,
dining,
I'll be extra hungry for
Shimura's
dinner. It'll be great.
unagi is quite delicious. Would you like to go there?
Unfortunately, today is a bit windy.
You guys
How
are
about
getting
Uyu
Soldier
restaurant
Poet
instead?
King stuck in my head.
That's perfectly fine with me.
All your
I must
chatting.
first unpack my luggage. Let's meet later at Uyu Restaurant.
Something didn't quite add up just now.
Detective Albedo. Everybody's a
Wait,
detective.
Paimon thinks we acted well together.
Xingqiu was a little suspicious. He has blue
Paimon,
hair
you
and
read the
his
poem,
no
right?
pants.
Although it may
Must
seem
be chilly
confusing to
out here,
Xingqiu
but
on
he
its
doesn't
own,
seem cold at all.
what if we read it together with a previous poem we found?
Suiko lost Aoi no Okina's poem in a drunken stupor. So, Aoi no Okina recovered the poem and gave it to some mysterious person. Could today's story be hinting that the one who stole the latest copies of A Legend of Sword is Xingqiu himself?
What?
Wait, that can't be
No
right.
way.
Xingqiu only arrived in Inazuma this
Crazy.
morning.
Yeah, that wouldn't make any
And
sense.
that is precisely the point of suspicion. If Xingqiu had only just arrived in Inazuma, how could he recommend Shimura's Chasuke?
Albedo, you're
Moreover,
pretty smart.
he didn't raise any questions when I suggested another place because of the windy weather.
Oh,
This means he knows that Shimura's is an open-air restaurant.
Are you saying that Xingqiu has already been in Inazuma for some time?
he's
That
an
he's only
imposter.
pretending he just arrived?
Wow,
Yes, that is indeed my conclusion.
wow.
But
That was
how
pretty
could
smart,
Xingqiu
Albedo.
be the book thief? His mission
I
is
admit,
to
I was
fight
thinking
for
about
justice,
Soldier
isn't
Poet
it?
King and
There's no
did
way
not
he'd
pay
do something
attention
against
to the
his own
restaurant.
ideals.
We've communicated via letters for some time now. I do have some understanding of his character. The story also tells us that Aoi no Okina flees with a poem because of a threat.
Could Xingqiu be in danger?
It's difficult to say at this point, but given that your restaurant is indoors, it'll be easy for us to detect anyone following or eavesdropping on us. I think it should be safe for us to talk there.
Perfect.
I'll be relying on your assistance to get to the bottom of this matter.
Got it! I saw someone say that they wish Koi was like this in Among Us. Keep wishing. Koi is quite chaotic, and I don't think he'll... Has he had any big detective moments in our Among Us games? He is the hardest one to pin down for the games. Sarah, Miller, Cruz, and I are the ones that are kind of setting it up lately. And he and Laura, I'm like badgering them with texts. Answer me, you guys. It's like you don't even care. But I'll get them to answer, and I'll get them to play. You just watch.
I don't see anyone suspicious around. It seems clear for the moment.
Venting around here.
Let's go inside and wait for Xingqiu.
Okay.
First, we must ascertain whether Xingqiu was already in Inazuma or not. If we can find evidence of him deceiving us, then we can use it as leverage to persuade him to tell us the truth. Since we're still waiting for him,
J'accuse!
why don't you go and chat with other guests in the restaurant and see if you can learn anything useful?
Alright, we're gonna Phoenix Wright this guy, our friend. Who is here? Albedo? How did you get in here before us? Oh my god, look! Are those crab legs? Oh my god, they look so good! You don't have a little thing above your head, so I'm not gonna talk to you. What's up?
I've seen Jen use signature before. His handwriting is super neat. He must be really diligent about his style.
That doesn't
He'll
sound
be
like
there
him.
in person on the day of the release, so we'll get a good look at him then. I hear that he's actually pretty young.
Yeah, his handwriting's
Did
awful.
you just hear that?
Yeah.
Not only will Xingqiu be signing novels at the release, but his handwriting is super neat.
What? This doesn't make any sense at all. Is he an imposter? He's a fake!
Young customers recently.
Hello. Hi. Can I have some crab,
Hello
please?
there. What can I get for you?
Crab! Oh, it looks so good. Look how steamy it is.
Hi, do you have any special special recommendations today?
I'd personally recommend our freshly caught seafood. It's been pouring these past 2 days, so the fishing boats haven't been able to sail at all. But the weather finally cleared up today, so we have some fresh catch.
Ooh, delicious.
So the weather at sea has been bad these past few days?
A few guests from Liyue were just telling me that their boat was heaving and rolling all the way here. They couldn't do anything but sleep the entire trip.
Shincho didn't say anything
This
about
might
that.
be some useful information.
I don't think. Honestly, I was braiding my hair. Hello! What are you guys doing? Are you having a fight? Your body language makes me feel like you're having some sort of disagreement. Albedo!
To Uyu Restaurant.
We found some
Albedo,
information.
What should we talk about when Shincho gets here?
I will try to break the ice by talking about our work on novels and illustrations. If he really is hiding something, then he might feel even more nervous than we do. If we start by talking about our work creating novels, perhaps he will lower his guard.
Shincho mentioned that he'd like to thank you
Wait,
for
who do I
finishing
keep
the
walking by?
illustrations on time. He
Did I
said
miss
they
someone?
looked amazing despite the time you had.
Is Venti in here?
Is that so?
We gotta pay more attention.
That was delicious.
Ah!
Inazuman cuisine largely consists of fresh seafood, which is certainly to my liking.
Yes. I wanna go.
That's good. We were worried you might not have an appetite because you didn't sleep well. Now's our chance. Let's talk to Shincho and see if he says anything useful. Maybe we could start by asking him about the journey.
I keep walking past Erica. Is there someone named Erica? I'll check. Let's talk about the book he read during the voyage. How could you read a book if the boat was real crazy?
Didn't you feel dizzy while reading on the ship?
It was nothing I couldn't handle. I'm proficient in the arts of the Guhua clan. That being said, there were quite a few people aboard who felt seasick.
Oh.
Well,
Okay.
there doesn't seem to be anything suspicious about
All
what he
right.
said so far.
If you say so. Let's talk about the scenery. What was that like?
Just water all around, morning to night. When the peak of Mount Yogo finally appeared in the distance as we approached the islands of Inazuma, everyone crowded the deck to have a look. The ship sailed along at a crawling pace. It took a whole day from the time we saw the mountain peak to the time we docked.
That's slow.
Paimon didn't catch anything suspicious so far.
No, there was something really suspicious.
Oh, right! If it took an entire day to reach the docks, then it would have been pouring rain at the time they saw the top of the mountain.
We learned a couple of things from his account, but we still require more evidence. Let's discuss creating novels with Shincho.
Okay, let's talk about your novel and how good your handwriting is.
While it is entertaining to read novels, writing one is an endeavor of its own.
I agree.
You
I'm
must
dealing
give
with that
great
right now.
thought to every detail.
I know.
From the layout of the
so
plot
hard.
to the rhythm of the lines.
Why did I choose a fantasy novel? It's dumb.
And even when you have come up with interesting content, there's still no guarantee that it will be to your liking.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more. Whether it's writing a book, creating art, or studying alchemy, seldom can you really feel joy after seriously delving into the work.
It
Shincho
brings
and
a lot of
Albedo are
hardship.
getting into some deep topics now, but nothing suspicious has come up.
Let's talk about Albedo's illustrations.
Speaking of illustrations, I've long wished to express my sincerest gratitude for providing the
Hi, Goose.
illustrations in my novel. My novel didn't sell well in Liyue, so I must admit that I had some reservations regarding its potential. Yet you've consistently managed to select the most important scene of the chapter for your illustrations. This made me feel as though what I was trying to express could be understood after all.
Oh, that's good.
Thank you. I took some risks in the illustrations, so I'm feeling slightly uneasy myself.
Risks?
Light novel illustrations are typically centered around the characters, but this time I adopted a different approach in the illustration for the last chapter.
Ooh.
Well, that scene was intended to depict the change in the world, so I thought it very fitting to draw only scenery.
Very smart.
Doesn't sound like anything suspicious has come up so far.
No, there was a crack in his alibi. My illustrations were sent for printing the moment they arrived in Inazuma, so logically speaking, there's no way he could possibly know what the illustrations look like.
Shincho, you're not very good at this.
We have something very important to ask you now.
Are you a thief?
Oh? Why the solemn looks all of a sudden?
Shincho, what's with the facade? Objection!
I'm afraid I don't follow.
Mr. Okazaki told us earlier that actually the weather at sea was very bad these last few days. So when you said that everyone came running to the deck to see Mount Yogo, that couldn't have happened.
We should be doing Danganronpa references.
On top of that,
Wait, that's
the
wrong!
latest installment of A Legend of Sword will only be revealed at the Irodori Festival. Even we, the creators, haven't received a sample copy. How could you know what my illustrations look like?
Well,
Ooh.
The jig's up, Shincho.
Time to
You
cast your
were
votes.
in Inazuma before today, weren't you? Are you in some kind of danger but can't tell us the truth?
You misunderstand me.
We got him. All right, execution
I
time.
suppose my lack of sleep is inevitably taking its toll on my mind. I did in fact come to Inazuma early to handle some things. Oh, this is most embarrassing.
Oh,
It's me.
if this isn't a coincidence.
I didn't
didn't
expect
expect to
myself.
see
It
everyone
startled
here.
me.
Huh? Tone Deaf Bard, what are you doing here?
Why you look so sad to see me?
I heard that the owner of this establishment has some fine-aged wines. I didn't
right,
want to miss the
I remember
opportunity
this
to
part now.
taste them.
Paimon knew you couldn't possibly be up to anything good.
Says who? In fact, I come as the bearer of good tidings.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I just bumped into Kujo Sara a moment ago. She said that the Tenryou Commission has apprehended the criminal who stole all those copies of A Legend of Sword.
Oh, good.
You
Well,
needn't worry
thank
about it
goodness.
any longer.
Oh, except the real
criminal who
criminal's right
stole-
here.
A legend of sword?
You're gonna let someone rot in jail for
did
your
I
crimes?
say something I shouldn't have?
Oh no. The person they apprehended. Was it by chance an editor named Onodera?
Apologies, Kujo Sara didn't mention a name.
I was
but
not
I saw her
listening.
taking someone toward Hanamizaka.
They didn't
Everyone,
have any wine,
it's too
so
late
I
to
didn't
explain.
care enough
We
to
must
ask.
make haste and rescue Onodera.
All right. Where's this air? Oh, that is an Erica. Hi. Should I use my regular voice? Have a seat and let me know if you want anything. So how'd you meet the owner? You're asking about us? Well, that's a tough question. It's a long story with a side of karma, that's for sure. When I was still young, I was ordered to monitor an important figure at the Tenryou Commission. Somehow, forget it. I can only thank the Archons that this person eventually retired. You're welcome. And we could finally get married after that. Whoa! I'm also trying to finally plan my wedding ceremony. Thank the Archons indeed! You're welcome again. Whoa! You really are Erica! What do you know? I was just talking about planning my honeymoon maybe finally. We got married, but we didn't get to have a ceremony, we didn't get to do the honeymoon, and oh my god, it's a bummer. That's funny. Alright, bye! Save the editor! Uh-oh. Oh no, I'm gonna fall. Ah! It's fine! We're fine! We got this! Ah! Whew. That was close.
Onodera is innocent.
So you must be the author of A Legend of Sword.
Uh-oh.
I didn't expect to see others tagging along with you.
Hello again!
Anyway, you mustn't take him away.
I've just explained everything to Madame Kujo, and Kuroda has testified for me.
In fact, we were just getting ready to leave.
Oh, phew. What a relief.
That's a good.
Wait a minute. Does everyone else here already know?
We had dispatched 2 additional squads here, in order to prevent the suspect from escaping.
Oh.
Uh-oh,
you
Shincho
really
looks
made a
pretty
mess.
flustered.
Oh, don't.
What
Oh,
exactly
dear.
is going on here?
I bet it has something to do with his signature. It means like his handwriting
Though
is
it's
so
most
messy, I can't let that
embarrassing.
go.
It appears quite a few people are aware of the situation now. There's no use keeping it a secret. In the end, I'm the one responsible for this whole predicament.
What?
No, Genyu. It's only appropriate that I take responsibility for this. Please let me explain. For the Iridori Festival, I recommended the idea of selling newly released novels signed by the authors. Not only was this the first major project I was in charge of since joining the Yai publishing house, but Lady Yai also gave me a lot of support. However, I did not discuss our plans with the authors in advance.
Oh.
As a result, it caused a great deal of trouble for Genyu.
Oh, because he can't do the pretty autograph in person, I bet. So he's like freaking out.
Yes, to be frank, calligraphy is not
Got
my
it.
strong point. So signing events are really not my forte.
Oh no.
Even though such an event will be difficult for Genyu, after telling him how important the plans were to me, he immediately boarded a ship to Inazuma to come up with a solution.
The solution was to
So
steal
these
all the
past
books.
few days, Genyu has been actively practicing his handwriting. However, it takes time to sign each book, and we realized the time we reserved for the signing was not nearly enough.
Uh-oh.
So I came up with the idea of moving the new books from the warehouse to my place. That way, Genyu could use these few days to sign them all.
Interesting.
I thought
Okay,
everything would work
okay.
out without a hitch. I never expected that someone would immediately realize that the books were missing from the warehouse. To make things worse, I was on vacation and staying with Genyu in my house these past few days. I had no idea that the situation had turned into such a huge mess.
Well, a happy ending for all.
All of this happened because I wanted to prove myself through this event.
Oh.
Onodera, I agreed to your proposal because I didn't want the readers to know of my unsightly handwriting.
Oh, he's embarrassed.
Also, I knew that Onodera had been misled by one of my prior signatures. At a previous event, the Yair publishing house had requested autographs of authors so that they could be put on display. I practiced tirelessly for an entire day to finally deliver a stylish and elegant signature for the event. But looking back on it now, I had dug myself into a hole by delivering that nice signature for the sake of my pride.
Yeah.
Hey, come on, you two. Loosen up a little.
Yeah.
The theft was nothing more than a simple misunderstanding.
Let's just go
Besides,
get some wine.
Everyone has something they do not wish others to see.
Now that this scene has happened, I remember that yes, they did tell me the end of this quest.
And his books are okay.
And I did remember
Onodera,
that it was
I
because
think you
of his
should
autograph.
explain the truth regarding the stolen books to the rest of the people on Rito.
Yes, I understand. I'll apologize to everyone.
Oh,
We should
what a
probably
mess.
be heading back to Rito as well.
Okay.
Let's tag along.
Venti, you come too. Okay. To Rito!
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
No, Venti, we have to go up, honey. We can't glide up the stairs. I know, you've tried many a times and it doesn't work. Here, I'll show you. See? It doesn't work at all.
Onodera, aren't you supposed to be on leave these few days?
We stole the books.
I'm very sorry for all the trouble that I've caused.
Yes, Onodera, but why didn't you tell everyone earlier? If you had told us, we could have thought of some ways to help you.
That's right. We're a team, and we should be helping each other in tough situations like this.
Yeah.
Let's leave the past behind us now. Our first priority is to help
the
Jenny
past
with the
behind ya.
signatures. How is your progress so far?
My progress is not what I had hoped for. Even after working through the night these past few days, I've only finished perhaps 1/10 of the signatures.
Oh boy.
Oh, no wonder Shincho looked so sleepy today.
Poor Shincho.
Go back to Yair Publishing House and get Aratani to book a room on the second floor of the Uyu restaurant. We'll be using it for Gen Yu's emergency calligraphy
Oh, the
lessons.
room with the pot
Yes,
of food.
Mr. Hirayama.
Yes.
It just so happens that my brother
That's
is a
Reagan.
calligrapher. Should I ask him to lend his assistance as well?
Yes, good idea.
She sounds so good.
Ah,
I'm
you
so
just
proud of her.
reminded me. 2 calligraphers from Liyue arrived today. We've worked with them before, so I'll go and ask them to help out too.
I've come to realize that solving problems with others also has its merits.
We can eat and drink.
We also owe a special ode of gratitude to the mysterious person who has been leaving important info for us along the way.
Oh yeah, who's that mystery person?
You mean whoever left behind those stories about the 5 Kasen?
Pardon
could it
me,
be?
but what are you talking about?
There are these poems. They keep showing up.
I see.
That's
It
it.
appears that Onodera and I were spotted when we were moving the books.
By
Albedo,
who?
may I ask you one thing? Are you able to include me in a portrait as well?
Ooh.
Not only do I owe the successful resolution of today's incident to that story, but I also hope that I'll
Not
remember
gonna
this
look as good as
lesson.
the first one, but you know, that's an impossible bar to reach, so.
No problem.
That figure was none other than Aoi no Okina himself.
He's a
This turn of events had begun with an unnamed individual, under whose coercion, Aoi no Okina was forced to take drastic measures to retrieve a page of poetry. He knew nothing of this individual's true intentions. All he knew was that the poem had to do with an old acquaintance, Akahito.
Whoa. Crazy.
Albedo really is something.
It's cute.
We finished
but
the
not as
portrait
cute
of
as the
Aoi no
first
Okina
one.
in no time at all. Do you think whoever left those stories for us could be hiding somewhere nearby?
It's a possibility.
Oh, hello? Mr. Storywriter?
Hello.
Are you here? Could you please help Shincho with something?
Pretty,
He's
please.
a friend of ours, and the release of his new book is super important to him.
Oh, it's a cat!
What's that sound?
Meow! It was a cat all along. Oh.
It was just a cat. Looks like we can't make them reveal themselves that easily. Let's go back
Is
and
that
get some
cat
rest.
really a
We
person?
still have to go to the docks and wait for another ship tomorrow morning.
There's a person over there. I saw a leg. Whose leg is it? I saw you, person. All right, let's continue with the story. Here we go. I saw you. Where are you? They're gone. Where is the... Oh.
It's already time for us to be at the docks.
Okay.
Let's go. Does that mean we're only welcoming one guest today?
Oh. Who could it be? Who are we going to meet today?
Look, that figure on the wall.
Kazuha!
It looks like
He's also on our team. Man, we're just welcoming my entire team here. Hi, friend.
I was a little surprised myself when I received the invitation, but after wandering the outside world for so long, it's good to have an opportunity to return to my homeland and pay respects to my old friends.
Aw.
Kazuha.
Good.
When we saw you in the distance just now, you seemed to be looking for something.
Fish.
I suddenly heard light footsteps around me. I could tell they were not footsteps of a regular passenger.
Oh.
But by the time I turned around, the person had already disappeared.
Venti also heard footsteps.
I only heard a splash come from below the pier. I found this strange piece of paper by my feet.
The 5 Kasen Splendor. Take 2. The 5 Kasen Splendor. Akihito. Much better. Long have I been famed, and since my youth I had great ambition. I stamped every new verse with a scarlet seal, and thus I was known to all. But last year, when we presented our verses, mine was found to be taken from poets past. For the theft and deception, I was banished to the wilderness. The 5 radiant lights never shall be again. Ah, how the tides do shift. Plagiarism, that's not good.
The story this time basically says that Akihito got his name from his love of red seals. However, the Shogun discovered that he had committed plagiarism, and he was soon exiled.
Well, the other stories weren't much better either.
I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with this story. I too was once wanted as a criminal by the shogunate.
It's true.
So I'm not all that different from Akihito mentioned in this story.
Interesting. All these little papers seem to relate to everybody.
Akihito was exiled by the Shogun because of his wrongdoings.
Who's
You
behind
did nothing
this?
wrong, Kazuha.
The seal mentioned in the story. Maybe it can help Shincho?
Ah, by the way, you mentioned that your friend has been struggling because he's unable to sign his name quickly, right?
Yes, and prettily.
Liyue and Inazuma, there is a saying, that which has been stamped has also been signed. Perhaps using a seal could be a feasible solution. If you wish to create a stamp for his seal, I might be able to help.
That's a great idea.
Let's go tell Albedo.
Let's go. Albedo, there you are. Wait, let's admire our portrait. Ah, it's the best one. No, it's so pretty. Look, he's so drunk. I love it.
Albedo, we figured out a way to help Shincho.
Yeah, a stamp. That's what I'm gonna do for my dog's autograph.
Interesting. Stamped seal, huh? Indeed, it is an efficient solution. If we use a stamp, then Xingqiu won't have to struggle with his handwriting anymore. However, since Xingqiu's signature has been previously revealed to the readers, it would seem insincere if he only used the stamped seal for his new books.
Oh.
But I have another idea. Using a seal is a part of it, of course.
Okay.
Let's go to Uyu Restaurant now to discuss my idea with everyone.
Your idea, yeah, alright. You're just altering our idea, but whatever. I guess take all the credit, Albedo. It's fine. What? Venti. No! No! What are you doing? Go home, you're drunk. Hi, Erica! That's me.
Yes, that's it, Genyu. Your writing has greatly improved today. Means yesterday's intensive training was effective.
My apologies.
Your praise is
but I simply
too
can't do
scary.
it anymore.
Aww.
My hands are so sore that I can't even move them anymore.
You just had a 10-minute break. Come on, you can do this.
Oh, no.
We found a solution that might just solve our dilemma. Seals are widely used as the equivalents of a signature. We could make the signature process a lot easier. A seal on its own is not enough. I propose that each signature consists of 2 parts. First, we'll use a personalized seal. We can simply carve one using Chenyu's signature as the design. In addition, I'll also design a simple but elegant pattern that's easy for Chenyu to write.
Yay!
That way, he will only need to draw a simple pattern on each book.
All right, I think that would work. Not only
think.
does it still involve the author's own handwriting, but the result should be very beautiful as well.
Yes.
I've been saved from this predicament.
Good thing you didn't sleep
Mr.
for the last
Hirayama,
2 days.
it suddenly
working on
occurred to me
this.
that the reason we gave up on live book signings previously was because it would take too long for the author to sign each book.
Yeah.
But if we adopted Calx's proposed method, we might have enough time to do signatures at the live event. And if all the authors signed their books in the same fashion, then Genyu's signature wouldn't look out of place.
I would certainly be happy to design signatures for the other authors as well.
Albedo, you're really volunteering.
And you may leave
a lot of
carving the
free work
stamps
here.
to me.
It is a great honor to use a signature designed by Calx.
My pen name is quite complicated and isn't suitable for signing events. However, if we implement this new format, then it'll be a dream come true for me
All
as
these
well.
people, they need to just come up with a better signature. You don't have to write your name legibly. I don't write my name
I'm
legibly.
sorry to have kept
you
you
gotta
busy
do it
for
quick.
so long, Genyu. Take the next few days to have a good rest. The books that Genyu already signed can be used as special prizes in future events held by the Eye Publishing House.
Ooh, nice.
We did it.
Hooray!
The event is saved.
And the event is saved.
Thanks to everyone's
Thanks
efforts.
to
Onodera and I are finally free
Traveler.
of that mess.
And also Albedo and Kazuha were there. And Paimon.
Free, Shincho.
All right, good timing. It's the top of the hour. That means we're going to do, not you. We're gonna do some pulls. All right, but I have to put money in because I have no nothing. Voila! All right. Whew. No! Oh God, my scarf! My scarf cape! Hold on. Gotta have the green showing. There, that's good. Do we think we can get another Venti with 25? Let's see. There will come a poet whose weapon is his word. He will slay. He will do nothing. Alright, here we go! Olay, 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 oh Lord. Well, fine. Ooh, we got a free pull from you. Now, let's do some single wishes. Dang it. Well, that's a tragedy. That's dumb. Boo! 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 Okay, that's enough for now. Sorry, no venties. I guess let's leave.
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
It's alright, we'll try again at 5, you guys. At the top of the hour. Oh, I'm so sorry, Erica. Venti! That's me!
Traveler, there you are.
Oh! I voice Venti and Erica Mendez voices Ayaka. So it's Erica and Erica.
Oh,
that's fun.
It's Ayaka! And Venti! That's an interesting combo.
Hello!
I was just going to the festival venue to prepare the Ikebana lesson when I found a strange piece of paper on a flower stand. This bar just happened to be close by at the time.
Hello!
He informed me that you've also found similar papers recently.
Yes.
As such, we came together to find you two.
Yes.
But the paper she found isn't quite the same as the ones we found before. Here's the paper. Please, have a look.
The 5 Kasen Splendor, Sumizome. I submerged the verses into clear water, and the truth did emerge. Invisible ink.
All the poems we found before were roughly the same length. This one is only 2 lines.
Even though there are only 2 short sentences, neither of them are next to the title or centered on the page. The position of the writing seems to indicate that there is other content written on this paper besides these 2 lines.
If we take the poem literally, it reads, "Dip this paper in water and see the truth naturally appear."
Venti.
I have an ancient text at home, specializing in ancient and exotic stories. It mentions a special ink that will show itself when wet and disappear when it's dry. So, shall we give it a whirl? It just so happens that there's a pond nearby.
Great, Venti knows everything. Carefully dip the paper in the water.
Look, it's really working!
Wow!
More words have appeared on the paper!
Amazing!
We'll climb and see what it says.
The 5 Kasen Splendor, Sumizome. Going over his poetry, I found that the plagiarized piece did not have a scarlet seal. I submerged the verses into clear water, and the truth did emerge. The true verses were not washed away, but the text of that despicable crime faded. Aoi no Okina passed me by, just as he was reading a verse for Akihito. One storm had yet to settle, and it was already time to write new poems. Great.
Story says that after Sumizomi got the collection of poems from Akihito and put them into a stream of water, the plagiarized words in the poem became blurry.
Wow.
When printing was not yet well developed, handwritten text could easily become smudged in books when exposed to moisture. To ensure the text lasted longer, they'd either write using a special ink or coat the paper's surface with a waterproof coating once the writing was finished.
Oh, fancy.
Such special inks are time-consuming and laborious to produce, and the waterproof coating could also prove just as difficult.
Wow.
However, since Akihito's poetry collection was an important gift to be presented to the shogun, surely one of those 2 methods was used to protect it. But as for the plagiarized poems, not only would they lack Akihito's seal, but the words would also react differently when exposed to liquid.
So this poem wasn't written by Akihito.
Which means Akihito didn't plagiarize his work. He was set up!
Yes, it appears that this is the truth that Sumizome's story is trying to convey. Although the story is saddening, I've decided on the subjects to use for Akihito and Sumizome's portraits.
Oh.
Kazuha, Ayaka,
Ah.
would you be willing to be the models for my
It's just
paintings?
all of our friends.
I would be delighted.
Yes,
Not gonna be
as
cool
would
as the
I.
first one, as we know.
There you go.
They'll
The
do their
next 2
best.
portraits should be ready in no time.
And now that all 4 stories have all been collected, the story of the 5 Kasen is now fully completed.
Ah, there's 5 Kasen though.
Long ago, Inazuma had 5 legendary poets. People bestowed upon them the title of the 5 Kasen.
One year, the poet Suiko made his way to Tenshukaku and presented the Kasen's work for the shogun's perusal. But a page from the works of Aoi no Okina had been torn out, and Suiko was questioned regarding the matter. Suiko pleaded guilty. He admitted to drinking at the tavern the night before,
and vaguely recalled a mysterious figure approaching while he was intoxicated.
Oops, my bad.
That figure was none other than Aoi no Okina himself. This turn of events had begun with an unnamed individual, under whose coercion, Aoi no Okina was forced to take drastic measures to retrieve a page of poetry. He knew nothing of this individual's true intentions. All he knew was that the poem had to do with an old acquaintance, Akahito.
Akahito had once belonged to the 5 Kasen. Each poem he composed, he marked with a scarlet red seal, hence the Aka in his name. Such a distinguished writer was he, and yet one of the poems he had submitted the previous year was found to be plagiarized. Akahito was exiled for his crimes, and only 4 of the 5 Kasen remained.
How could you do such a thing?
Sumizome went over Akihito's poems and noticed that the plagiarized poem lacked his seal.
So he didn't submit
She
it.
immersed his poetry
He
in
was
a stream
framed.
nearby, and only on the plagiarized poem did the ink run. Aoi no Okina passed by and witnessed Sumizome's doing, which he then recorded in a poem. Thus transpired the events of Suiko's poetry submission, and this is where the story comes to an end.
So he was framed. He didn't get justice. I don't think that's the end of the story. I hope 2 portraits. Oh, okay, that's very pretty. But I like Venti's the best. Also very pretty. Ayaka and Venti's are my favorite.
Ever since we completed the story of the 5 Kasen, there's still one thing Paimon hasn't been able to figure out.
What is it?
One of the 5 Kasen is called Kuronushi, right? How could the story of the 5 Kasen finish without him appearing at all?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
It doesn't seem like it's over.
Have you really not noticed?
Oh. I'm gonna explain to myself something that I forgot.
No time to be playing
I
games.
apparently recorded
don't
the
get
answer.
bored.
What he means is that the story of Kuronushi was already embedded within the 4 poems.
Huh?
Right, yeah.
Really?
I remember that.
That's right. The key lies in
That's
the
right.
poem that Aoi no Okina wrote after seeing Sumizome rinsing the poetry collection. An average person could never understand the scene of a young girl washing Akahito's poetry collection in a stream. Even Aoi no Okina couldn't figure out the meaning behind Sumizome's actions. He was simply reminiscing and thinking about his old acquaintances. However, for the perpetrator who framed Akahito, it was completely obvious. He was worried that if this poem was seen by the Shogun, then the Shogun could discover the truth behind the plagiarism incident. If that happened, then
Vaguely
he'd be
remembering
finished.
recording these now.
So, in desperation, he threatened Aoi no Okina to make him tear out this poem.
Oh.
Which means the one who threatened Aoi no Okina is the same person that framed Akahito.
The culprit is none other than Kuronushi!
That's right. Though there are only 4 poems, they still managed to tell the complete story of all 5 Kasen. Since the Shogun mentioned in the poems is certainly not the one of the 5 Kasen, the only character left is the mysterious one with an unknown identity.
Mystery.
Oh, okay. Paimon is finally starting to get it now.
Uh-huh. Me too.
However, this also brings something else to mind.
What's
the
that,
story
Albedo?
of the 5 Kasen has more or less reflected everything that's been happening around us lately.
Yeah, it's weird.
Which begs the question, is there a Kuronushi in our world as well?
Whoa.
A Kuronushi? In our world?
Evil.
Speaking of which, I wonder if our dear Kazuha has come up with anything.
Oh, dear
Oh,
Kazuha!
right! Kazuha!
They're
He's been pretty
besties.
quiet
Animal
for some
friends.
time. Let's ask him.
Hey, buddy, what's going on? Yeah, there's one more portrait thing. It's kind of annoying, right? We gotta get that fixed.
You've been standing in front of this blank canvas for a while, and you don't look so good.
Are you sick?
Apologies for making a wild assumption, but has the story of the 5 Kasen reminded you of anything?
A few things did come to mind, actually. However, they were nothing more than some past incidents regarding my family. I don't mind sharing the stories, but I'd prefer not to bring you any more trouble.
Hey, we're all friends here, Kazuha. You can always tell us whatever's on your mind.
Perhaps you were thinking of the Raiden Gokuden?
It appears that Miss Kamisato and I were thinking of the same thing. but it also has much to do with the Yashiro Commission.
Look at all these
It would
friends
be
we made in
improper to
different
speak of
places
it
all
here
standing
without
together.
the
That's
consent
fun.
of Miss Kamisato.
Yay.
It's fine. Those of us here are all
They're so
trustworthy, so there isn't any harm in it. This matter is somewhat complicated and may be difficult to explain. Let me start with the Raiden Gokuden. As you all know, the Yashiro Commission's primary purpose is managing ceremonial and cultural affairs, and Inazuma's art of forging swords is a very important part of our culture. The Raiden Gokuden were once the top 5 schools of the forging art in Inazuma. Although these families were swordsmiths by craft, they also held many important positions in the Yashiro Commission. Unfortunately, of the 5, only the Amenoma art still maintains its artisan lineage. The descendants of the Ishin art are also still alive, but the craft has been lost to time. The descendants of the Ishin art are none other than the Kaedehara family.
Wow.
Whoa! We knew Kazuha came from a noble family, but we had no idea about his connection to the Yashiro Commission and sword
What do you know?
Yes, but that's all part of the past now. The Ishin art was lost with my great-grandfather's generation. My grandfather was dissatisfied with my great-grandfather's lack of effort when he was young. My grandfather traveled all over Tevat to find a way to revive the family business, but it was to no avail.
Oh, no.
And in my generation, our last remaining family property was lost as well.
I heard my elder brother mention that the decline of the Raiden Gokuden happened very rapidly. In the span of a few decades, 3 of the families suffered various misfortunes and disappeared completely.
I feel like her
Later,
audio has a lot of glitches
there was
on it.
speculation that all of these
Only
misfortunes stemmed from some background machinations, meaning that someone wanted to wipe out the Raiden Gokuden. However, since not every family of the Raiden Gokuden came to ruin, such explanations were treated as nothing more
Look
than a
how good
conspiracy
Kazuha
theory.
looks with all the leaves falling
Indeed.
around him. He's at
I've
home.
also believed such ideas were just theories and rumors. However, I know that a major incident happened to my great-grandfather when he was young. Not only did it affect the Kaedehara clan, but it nearly
Flute sword.
jeopardized the Kamisato clan's
it onto the
position in the
poster.
Yashiro Commission as well. After reading the story of the 5 Kasen, I can't help but feel like it's pointing me toward the truth behind that incident.
What exactly happened to your great-grandfather, Kazuha?
I still can't say. I need to speak with someone to verify the details.
There's a
Let's
conspiracy.
meet here again at noon tomorrow.
Kazuha's family
I
is
will tell
always
you everything I know
getting the
then.
short end of the stick. Woohoo! We are doing a great job. Look at us go. Woo! Look, it's fucking there. Look there, we're all together. Oh my god, so cute.
You're here.
Look at them all.
It
Oh, they're
appears
so
everyone has
colorful.
arrived.
I love it. How'd your investigation go, Kazuha?
Last night, I visited a former servant who once worked for my family. I was able to learn the entirety of what happened all those years ago. In my great-grandfather's generation, the Ishin art was tasked with forging an important Goshinto according to an ancient forging diagram. Though all the craftsmen involved were very experienced, the process was still unsuccessful. Every blade that was forged was defective. When the deadline came, the blade still wasn't finished, so the craftsmen all fled and hid for fear of punishment.
Oh boy,
The
cowards!
Kaedehara clan and Yashiro Commission then conducted an investigation. My great-grandfather and the head of the Kamisato clan eventually tracked down the craftsmen near the seaside.
Wow.
However, they met fierce resistance from the craftsmen, and in the end they were unable to prevent them from escaping by sea.
Oh.
The Kaedehara clan was severely punished for the swordsmiths that had escaped.
What?
And
That's
the
not
family
fair.
gradually fell into decline.
That's so unfair.
Moreover, I heard that the head of the Kamisato clan was injured by the fleeing swordsmiths,
Oh no!
which combined with his advanced age caused him to pass away shortly
This
thereafter.
is so unfair.
Yes.
Poor Kazuha.
The sudden passing of the family
Also,
head
if you
left the
guys see like
Kamisato
the
clan
bruise on my
leaderless.
wrist, that's from remember my
Treacherous
wrist was
people took
wrapped last
advantage
time.
of the
Don't make it
situation
work.
and put
Archery
the family
injury.
status in the Yashiro Commission at jeopardy. This single incident had profound effects. Even after the position as head of the clan was passed to my father, the Kamisato clan still wasn't able to regain its prior reputation.
I see.
But, thanks to my brother, everything is getting better now.
Bulba Man.
The failure to forge the blade was ultimately attributed to a lack of required skill and finesse. The Kaedehara clan and the Yashiro Commission always believed that was the case. However, the story of the 5 Kasen seems to imply that the failure didn't stem from a lack of skill, but rather the diagram had been tampered with by someone. Miss Kamisato, I heard yesterday that the Yashiro Commission has still kept the diagram, ever since the failed forging all those years ago.
Wow.
Might I ask you to do me a favor?
Yes, I I understand. I will go back and search for the diagram. Please come meet me at the Kamisato estate later.
Alright, let's go! Time to go to the palace. Oh, it's far away. Oh, there you are. Hi, hold on. I'm gonna steal your book. No big deal. You weren't reading it, I assume. What? I wasn't stealing stuff. Hi.
I've managed to find the old diagram.
Good.
Though the diagram is well preserved, you can still tell that it's seen at least 3 or 4 centuries of history.
Whoa. That's pretty old.
That's pretty old.
Still possible to find any evidence of tampering?
At this point, we can only try our luck and see how we fare.
Water! Ooh, a sword!
Although the effect is not too obvious, you can still see that some words have now started to smudge. Kazuha, this is clear evidence that this chart was indeed tampered with. Someone framed the Kaedehara clan all those years ago.
No.
I see.
Poor Kazuha! He's
But I fear that I've
getting in
discovered
trouble
this
for things
secret
he
too
shouldn't
late.
be.
When my grandfather was young, he proposed reviving the Ishin art many times to my great-grandfather. But my grandfather was only scolded for being too foolhardy.
Oh dear.
Yesterday, the former family servant said that my great-grandfather even went to the Yashiro Commission to request that diagram from the head of the Kamisato clan.
Really?
He then showed that diagram to my grandfather and asked him and his subordinates to try to forge the sword. Sure enough, my grandfather also failed. My great-grandfather then told him, if you can't find the secret within, then the Ishin art deserves to fade from the world.
Oh.
My grandfather left Inazuma in a rage after hearing those words.
Oh dear.
He didn't ever see my great-grandfather again, even till the day of his passing. Looking back at it now, the argument between the two of them was simply meaningless.
Yeah.
Oh, Kazuha.
That seems like a
I heard that your great-grandfather was very industrious when he was young, but later in life, he no longer bothered with the forging arts. It appears that his failure took quite a toll on him.
Kazuha, did your great-grandfather really say, if you can't find the secret within? Did he use those exact words?
Yes, the servant said that he personally heard those words, and still remembers them very clearly. My grandfather was so angry at the time that he smashed my great-grandfather's cherished bonsai tree.
Wait! Albedo, are you trying to say...
Yes, it appears that you understand my meaning.
Totally, I was
Kazuha,
definitely listening.
If your great-grandfather thought that the Ishin art lacked finesse, then after witnessing his son's failure, wouldn't he have said something more along the lines of, your skills aren't sufficient? But instead he said, if you can't find the secret within, don't you find
He was
that
like,
a
I
little
made a
strange?
scavenger hunt for you, boy.
Huh?
Oh.
Figure it out, or
So
else our
you're
family
saying
will be ruined.
My great-grandfather may have very well known that the failure was due to someone's tampering?
Yes. The current evidence suggests that is
Why didn't
highly
he
likely.
say that? Don't speak in riddles.
I apologize, but would you all please accompany me to the Tenryou Commission?
Yes, we've got to go
After I
clear
became a
your
wanted criminal,
grandfather's name.
the Tenryou Commission seized my family's last remaining estate, which
Get your house
contained
back!
all of my family's old belongings.
Oh my god, that's so mean of
I
them.
want to inquire about the whereabouts of those belongings.
Yeah, what
If I can find them, we might be able to get some clues.
No, that's so rude.
Let's get moving.
Okay. Poor Kazuha. Here we go, we're gonna leave the house. Alright, here we go. Hello, lady who hates
What are you all
Venti.
doing here?
Like Venti was like,
Did
ah!
something happen on Rito?
We're just here to ask about something. Chill, calm down.
Perhaps you still remember me.
Yes, I do.
Oh, she hates him
You're
too.
Kaedehara Kazuha, a wanted criminal during the
everyone.
Vision Hunt decree.
I hope you get C6
However,
Venti.
your arrest warrant has since been repealed.
We'd like to ask about the Kaedehara clan's property that was seized by the Tenryou Commission.
The items seized at that time are currently stored in the warehouse next to the police station. Since Kaedehara has come back to Inazuma, those items should be returned to their rightful owner.
I'm not here to reclaim those belongings. I just want to investigate them for a personal
like
matter.
he should be able to
I
reclaim
see.
some of them.
All right, I'll inform
They're
the
so
police
mean.
station about the Vision Hunt decree.
My bad.
That's all in the past now, Kujo-Sara. There's no need to mention it again. I know you've also had your own convictions and struggles.
He got you there.
However, may I ask something of you?
A hug, may you?
Yes? What is it?
I have no plans to stay in Inazuma. As a result, those items from my family's estate are of no use to me. I believe you are a person of integrity.
Integrity.
After our investigation is over, I'd like to ask if you can handle those belongings for me, sell them, and use the money to help the poor.
He's so nice.
I understand.
Kazuha.
I'll be sure to take care of it.
Hello! What's up? You wanted to arrest me, but you couldn't. Oh yeah, you tried real hard, but then here I am, not arrested. I'm the god of freedom. You can't arrest the god of freedom. That's like such a contradiction. That doesn't make any sense at all. She thought she could arrest Venti, but she's a failure. Whee!
The Kaedehara clan's belongings are stored in this warehouse. Unfortunately, the items are scattered throughout in order to save space.
Oh, scavenger
My
hunt.
deepest apologies. However,
That's okay.
I have clearly marked the corresponding items,
dusty.
so they shouldn't be too difficult to find.
He sounds a little bit like an AI.
Since the items are scattered throughout the building, I propose we split up and look for clues.
Yes,
All right.
sounds like a plan.
Is Venti in here looking? Did I say anything else? Venti! There he is. Hello, me.
There must be some around here somewhere.
What do you guys think he's looking for? I bet it's something that's gonna help the situation that they're in for sure. What are you looking for, Venti?
Do you see all these pots here? Some of them are bound to have liquor inside, right?
Hey! Everyone else is trying hard to help, and you're over here looking for a drink?
Yeah.
I merely jest, of course.
Duh.
Come on. We're close to uncovering the truth now. Why do you look so worried?
I was just
Well,
joshing.
Paimon doesn't really get why Kazuha told Sarah to sell all these belongings.
For the
What
poor.
if we don't end up finding anything today? Then wouldn't Kazuha lose the chance of finding out what really happened all those years ago?
That would be a bummer. So,
You know, just
hopefully
saying.
that doesn't happen.
I know you are worried about Kazuha, but if you ask me, he is stronger than you think. Since Kazuha made such a request to Sarah, that indicates he's already made his choice. Whether we find out the truth or not today, or whatever it turns out to be, he's ready to accept it.
Is this your Archon's intuition speaking?
No, not intuition. Rather, I've lived for a long time now,
I'm old.
so you could say I have some experience in reading people. Leave the things here to me. You two can look around elsewhere.
Okay, look, there's two of us. I am me, and you are you. Together, we make two. We're twins. Let's go like in the order that we were supposed to, maybe. Ayaka, how's it going for you?
I'm currently investigating the sword rack.
Why?
Since the Kaedehara clan was a family of renowned swordsmiths, then this blade should be super valuable, right?
Ooh, money.
Maybe it's a treasure of the Ishin art.
Wow,
I'm
let's steal
afraid
Kazuha's
not.
treasures.
The swords placed here appear to be quite ordinary. Due to the dire financial situation of the late Kaedehara clan, everything of value has probably been sold off already. The blade on the sword hasn't been sharpened, but there are many signs of use on the hilt. Perhaps Kaedehara used it for training as a child.
There seems to be a couple uneven characters etched into the scabbard. Kazuha.
Oh.
Wow, so it really was Kazuha.
What do you know? He wasn't a liar.
Imagine what Kazuha was like as a kid.
Oh, I saw someone say Venti found his twin before the Traveler. That's right. Xingqiu.
I found quite the pile of old books. These books here are all related to smelting steel, and these are about the process of forging blades.
Oh.
This pile over here is all about plants and flowers.
The books about plants and flowers must have belonged to Kazuha's great-grandfather.
Could there be any clues in the books?
I skimmed through them just now, but I didn't find anything particularly worth noting. I shall take a closer look and let you know if I find anything.
All right, Xingqiu's the least talkative out of everyone so far. Albedo, the wall. Very helpful.
Unfortunately, I have yet to find anything of value here.
Whoa.
Useless.
This folding screen looks pretty old, though.
Perhaps if it were better maintained, then it could fetch a decent price. However, I doubt it could be sold in its current
It
condition.
looks pretty.
I was taking a closer look just now and noticed a large piece of dirt caught in the fabric fibers on the back side.
Oh dear.
The soil is deeply embedded into the cloth. That means a great deal of force was used when the dirt was lodged into the cloth. It's likely that this patch of dirt is from the very flower pot thrown by Kazuha's grandfather.
Isn't that an important discovery?
Because this is not what we are looking for now. Let me think. If I wanted to leave a message behind, I would probably choose to leave it on something a little more special.
Albedo seems to be thinking pretty hard. We better not bother him.
I've found something that you should all have a look at.
Whoa! A tree!
Oh.
Yes, that is indeed a tree. I declare this A small tree. You're welcome.
This flower pot was in my house for a long time. I heard that it was
Flower
left
pot.
behind by
It's a
my
tree,
great-grandfather.
though. I declared it so. I don't
Seem
think
to have been
Kasen knows
dead for a
anything.
while now.
After my great-grandfather stopped studying the forging arts, he picked up the hobby of keeping bonsai plants. Most of his prized plants were given to others once he became seriously ill. But he specifically left behind this dead plant at the time, and even instructed my grandfather not to throw it away in his will.
Interesting.
My grandfather deeply regretted that he never managed to reconcile with my great-grandfather, so he left the plant exactly as it was.
Wow.
But now that I think about it, my great-grandfather could very well have left it behind for other reasons.
Let's pull it out! Get that tree! Pull out its roots!
This flower pot is kinda suspicious.
It's not a flower pot.
Yes.
It's a tree pot.
Let's take a closer look, shall we?
It's a tree box.
We finally found something!
Ooh.
It's only a bunch of blank paper.
Paimon, we gotta put it in the
Think
water.
someone already discovered the
Have you
compartment
not been
and
paying
swapped the
attention to the
contents?
secret messages we've been finding?
No, I do not think that is the case here. See the paper? It's quite yellowed, which means it's very old.
Maybe we need to try using water again.
You mean to say that these sheets have been written with special ink like that which Miss Kamisato found before?
Yeah.
Yes, I agree with this hypothesis.
Let's give it a dunk then.
There is a pond outside the police station.
Hooray!
I'll use the water there.
Let's do it. Dunk the papers in the pond now.
Those weren't just plain old sheets of paper, were they?
They dissolved
Just
in his
as
hand
everyone
because they're
guessed,
so old.
after I sprinkled some water onto the paper, writing did indeed begin to appear on it.
Oh!
It is a letter written by my great-grandfather.
Oh.
Oh? What does the letter say?
Is it something you can share with us too?
It is.
Oh.
I'll tell you what my great-grandfather knew at the time, but before that, I wish to take you somewhere.
Okay.
Everyone, please follow me.
Whatever you say.
Why did you lead us to this beach?
Is this place related to the contents of the letter?
It is. In fact, my great-grandfather and the head of the Kamisato clan tracked the fleeing swordsmiths to this very location.
Wow.
Our hypothesis was correct. My great-grandfather was well aware of the truth behind the defective blades, and it was right here where they encountered the culprit who framed the Kaedehara clan and the Raiden Gokaden. It reads, "To whoever reads this letter, I, Kaedehara Yoshinori, have been held to a certain secret throughout my entire life.
No.
I don't have much longer in this world, and after much consideration, I've finally decided to disclose the matter. All those years ago, when I was pursuing the swordsmiths alongside Commissioner Kamisato of the Yashiro Commission, I was not injured by one of the fleeing smiths. Rather,
it was night, and after the clues led us down to shore, I waited for the culprits to show themselves. However, there were no swordsmiths in sight. Only a single eccentric stranger.
An eccentric stranger?
This
Who was
stranger
it?
claimed to be the one behind the failed forgings, and said that he had been patiently waiting for us. He then threatened to destroy the Raiden Gokaden.
Oh no!
That person was of able body, and in a blink of an eye, myself and the accompanying samurai had been defeated.
Who is this?
Commissioner Kamisato was severely wounded, and I barely escaped death myself.
Oh no.
My hat had fortunately blunted a blow to my head. The unusual stranger could have easily claimed my life at that moment. But, after noticing my appearance, he stopped his attacks and sternly asked if I had any connection with the name Niwa. I answered that it was my father's surname, and after my father disappeared, I was adopted by the Kaedehara family. Upon hearing my answer, the stranger paused. After a long silence, he suddenly said, "Tell her this. My name is Kuni Kuzushi." He then turned and left.
Goodness. Farizal Surya, thank you for becoming a member of the Gus Gang.
Wow.
Wow.
So that's what really happened.
My mom's like, tell it again.
My great-grandfather and the head of the Kamisato clan escaped from death and learned that the forging diagram had been tampered with by Kuni Kuzushi. However, due to the encounter, the head of the Kamisato clan was worried that my great-grandfather would be falsely accused of being involved with the perpetrator. So even on his deathbed, the master of the Kamisato clan cautioned my great-grandfather to never speak of what happened.
Wait, that was Scaramouche? Moosh? Scaramouche? Crazy.
Because the perpetrator
He's
said he
old.
would destroy the Raiden Gokaden, my great-grandfather worried that the perpetrator would still return for vengeance. So, to protect his loved ones, he closed the family business. He said, as the leader of the Kaedehara clan, I am deeply ashamed to witness the decline of the Isshin art. But as a father, it is my priority to ensure the safety of my children and grandchildren.
So all those harsh words he said were because he was worried about his son's well-being.
Yes,
Oh.
that's right.
Oh dear.
If my grandpa had somehow discovered the secret behind the Tampered diagram all those years ago, perhaps my great-grandfather would have told him the truth. Unfortunately, he failed to catch any of the hints in my great-grandfather's words. Miss Kamisato, it appears you were unaware of the happenings that my great-grandfather described here. What are your thoughts?
She's just crying. She's like, I'm so sorry.
I suppose the reason the head of the Kamisato house never spoke of this to the family was due to similar safety concerns. If the perpetrator was capable of tampering with using the Shogun's diagrams and could single-handedly defeat many men, then he is not an ordinary enemy. I will discuss this matter with Brother shortly and investigate the identity behind the one called Kunikuzushi. Rest assured, we will act cautiously.
How are you feeling, Kazuha?
To be honest, as I read the letter, I felt much turbulence in my heart, but now I've managed to calm myself. My great-grandfather said in the letter that he did not wish his descendants to blindly seek revenge and be deceived by things of the past. Though he was in a tight situation when he wrote these words, I feel like they are still valid nonetheless.
Kazuha is such a pacifist.
I think what's most important for each person is not the past,
What did he do to
but the
his
present.
papers? They got
Even
burned.
though we must carry the burdens from the past, there are also things we wish to strive for. Therefore, knowing the truth behind what happened is enough for me. I will live on just as my great-grandfather had hoped.
Aw, you're too good.
That being said, if the enemy from all those years ago is still lurking
Kill him.
and plotting to stir up more trouble,
Get him, Kazuha.
then I definitely won't
Strike
turn
him
a
down
blind
with
eye.
your windy blade. That's Kazuha. Always sensible.
These are simply insights I've gathered from all that I've experienced. Thank you all for accompanying me in my search for the truth behind that incident.
You're welcome. Venti helped quite a lot.
Let's head back to Rito.
As in, not very much at all. Let's go back to Rito. What's the last picture gonna be? Oh, woohoo! The festival's here.
Today, Albedo's painting of Kuronushi will also be unveiled.
Oh, you did it!
Maybe we'll find everyone there.
Oh, what? Oh, is Venti around? Did I say other things? Venti! Where are you, Venti? Hold on. That's a radish. That's not Venti. Where's the nearest alcohol stand? I don't see anyone. I think Paimon is a big old liar. What's this? Look! Hello! I'm a bear? Tanuki? Chipmunk. Hello! I'm the Venti the Chipmunk. That was Reagan! Reagan! Reagan, I heard you! Wait, okay, let's talk to her. Oh, she didn't voice these lines. Bummer. Well, Paimon is a liar. Paimon is a big deceiver. Hi, Albedo. All right.
Why is the portrait of Kuronushi all covered up?
Don't worry, the unveiling ceremony will be starting shortly. You'll see what it looks like then. I even made a special trip to see someone in order to complete it.
Sounds pretty suspicious if you ask me.
Anyway, there is still time before the ceremony. You may have a look around the venue first.
We did already, and we didn't see anybody we cared about. All right, are they here now? All right, where the heck? Does anybody know where a bard is? I would like to talk to him. Oh, look, we found someone. Ayaka, have you seen Venti?
Greetings, traveler.
Hello.
Paimon.
Boba man.
There were many things which required my attention these past few days. Fortunately, the Iridori festival is proceeding smoothly. The Tri-Commission cooperated closely to prepare this festival, so
Phew.
at long last, I can take a break today.
Brother and I are very grateful for your help.
Yeah, good. You're welcome.
Toma sure is taking his sweet time.
Oh, you're waiting for Toma?
Yes. Today is one of the rare occasions when Brother isn't busy. I was going to buy some books, but he said he wanted to come along. His treat. However, he forgot his wallet at home, so he asked Toma to go back and fetch it for him.
Paimon didn't think Ayato could ever be forgetful like that.
Oh, silly Boba man.
Toma and I really cherish such moments when he's forgetful.
All right. They love it when he's forgetful. They cherish it. All right. Someone said Venti was behind a store. Hello? Venti? I see a thing. Hey! You're signing! That's fun. Did today's signing go as planned?
Indeed it did. The signing event went off without a hitch.
Yeah, that's good.
And I must say, the readers seem most satisfied.
Is that just Paimon, or are you on the lookout for something.
I have been on the watch for tourists from Liyue. After all, I came to Inazuma under the pretext of evaluating a potential investment. If an acquaintance were to see me sitting here, then there would be no way to hide the truth from my father.
Oh.
Fortunately, the crowds of readers that came flocking over have kept the usual tourists at bay. Oh, I should mention, Shu is also unaware of the real purpose of my trip. If you happen to meet him, please, remember to keep it a secret.
Don't worry, we've got you covered.
Please accept my thanks in advance. I'm sorry that I can't chat long. There are still readers waiting in line.
Oh, this kid's
I'll see you
really
later
excited
at
to meet
the
you.
unveiling ceremony for Kuronushi's portrait.
Alright, cool. Now then, where is a Venti? Behind a shop. Hello? Ah! I found you! Perfect. We gotta talk to you before we try to pull you again. Hello, me!
Well, hello everyone.
Hello. I'm not here to talk to you, but hello.
What are you two doing together? Don't think we didn't see you two chatting up a storm just now. The moment we came over, you stopped talking.
Is that so? I'm afraid you're just overthinking things.
Yeah, you're crazy.
We were merely discussing wine and food. I'm sure you two wouldn't be interested.
Yeah, get out of here.
Speaking of good
Paimon
sides
hates
with
food.
sake, I personally prefer fried tofu.
Forget it. Even if those two are plotting
I'll
something,
never
they'd still
tell.
never let us know.
Nope. Well, that's a bummer. I only said one thing. Miko and Venti are drinking and chatting in a corner. The empty bottles are starting to pile up at an alarming rate, but it seems that they've really been discussing the best sides to go with sake this whole time. Old drinking buddy. Probably. Like, actually old drinking buddy. That's cute. I guess let's stand near Venti while we do some pulls, huh? Alright, here we go, everybody. Be cool, okay? Don't spook him. Don't spook Venti. I got a matching cape. I did my hair like yours. When we went and talked to you, you're drinking and happy right now. We're hanging out with you. We're twins. Alright, come on. Come on, Venti. No! We got this. We can do it. One more 10 pull, and then we'll do some singles. Come on, Venti, please. Please, I love you. I love you. I'll do your laugh for you. Wine and beer. Here we go. Come on. Yes! That did it. I called him. I did it. Please be Venti. Please don't be someone who's not Venti. Please. Please. Yes! Yeah! Look at that. We got C5. C5. Venti. We are so strong. Yay! All I had to do was say wine and beer. I should have known. Why didn't I do that in the first place? Yay! Ooh! We got enough for a few more of these. I feel like we're not gonna get a C6, but let's just try. You know? You never know. Ooh. Come on! Oh no! It's just a dumb old sword! Anyway, we had a good run. Let's see if we can get enough Primo Gems for like one more. There we go, that's what I want. Because I want to do this barred one. Oh, but I guess, actually, oh, we haven't even, we're not done. What am I thinking? Look for your friends on site. We got 3 out of 4. Okay, we gotta find the last one. Oh, you look great in this scenery, man.
Why aren't you at the festival?
I came here to take in the sea breeze.
Oh.
Such a bustling atmosphere is never really to my liking.
Are you really alright, Kazuha?
Don't worry. The things I said in front of everyone weren't just pretty-sounding excuses. See this familiar harbor in front of us? Before, you could sit here all day without seeing a single ship pass through. Instead, all you would see were soldiers from the Kanjo Commission guarding against possible intruders. Not only are foreigners coming to Inazuma again, but traffic between here and Watatsumi Island has also been picking up.
That's good. All thanks to us.
Already started to change, huh?
Each and every one of us are similar to this country. It might take a different amount of time for different people, but there will inevitably come a day when each person can let go of their burdens.
Oh,
and when they finally let go, they are free to follow the wind as they please.
Phew. It's time for the portraits unveiling ceremony.
Portrait ceremony.
The 5 Kasen Plaza.
Let's go. I want to see this pretty picture, please. Oh, it's daytime, suddenly.
Everyone, welcome to the magnificent Iridori Festival. Today, we have ushered in the final stage of our festival, and now we will reveal the final portrait of the 5 Kasen. Kuronushi, which was done by none other than our guest artist from Mondstadt, Calx.
Mondstadt!
Paimon has no idea what
Represent.
Albedo's portrait looks like. Oh, this is so nerve-wracking.
Let's all count down together.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
The guy hates it. He's like,
what's this? This piece depicts nothing but a background.
Oh, Albedo foreshadowed
Calx
this.
must have forgotten to include the character.
This is what he did for the light novel, too.
Let's hear some words from Calx himself regarding the creative process behind this piece.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
First, I would like to say
This
that it
guy's
was an
angry. He's
honor
like, oh.
to be invited to create the portraits
Look
of
at all
the
these
five
people. They're
Kasen.
so mad at him.
The five Kasen are legendary figures from ancient Inazuma, famous for their works of poetry. As time passed, poems were composed about them, and they became the subjects of many stories. I learned from existing sources about those stories that the character of Kuronushi is the deepest and most differing of the five Kasen.
Wow.
Moreover, Kuronushi lacks a dedicated chapter among the stories. It's as if he is a behind-the-scenes role of the five Kasen. Perhaps we can assume that every creator had a different understanding of Kuronushi. So, in the same way, I also wanted to leave this character to everyone's own imagination. After all, the Irodori Festival is a place for everyone to express their minds through creative works.
Yep, that's Albedo for ya. His super large
Woo,
Bonsai is sure to win everyone's approval.
Heck yeah! Woo, woo,
Well,
woo, woo.
it seems that our adventures at the Irodori Festival have come to a close.
Aren't you forgetting something, Paimon?
Huh? What are you talking about?
Wine! Obviously.
Oh, right!
Oh, right.
We still haven't figured out who left those stories of the five Kasen for us to
Right,
find.
yeah, that's, But I have an inkling of who it might be.
Really? Come on then, who is it? Tell
Venti,
Paimon!
first! It's someone that knows every one of us.
Well,
Wait!
that makes sense. Otherwise, there'd be no way to give the right paper to the right person every time.
Also, they are connected with the Kaedehara clan.
Right. Even though they were using stories to hint us toward Shincho's troubles, the real goal was to lead us to solve the secrets of the Kaedehara clan. Paimon gets it now. Well, at least Paimon thinks she knows.
Okay.
Let's go! We'll get to the bottom of this.
Detective Venti! I mean, Lumi! I mean, Paimon! Look for that person. Venti! Hello!
Oh, are you asking about the one who left the stories of the five Kasen? I do happen to know their true identity.
Venti's known all along.
But things may be a little more complicated than you think.
I'll never tell. Not very helpful, but we love you anyway. And do you have anything to say, Ayato?
Ayato! You're the one behind the stories of the five Kasen!
Oh, it was the Boba Man!
But
That makes sense.
Don't you think you overdid it a little? Leading all your friends on a wild hunt like that?
As it just so happens, one of the reasons I'm here
Silly
today is to
Ayato.
explain the details behind this wild hunt.
Paimon wants to see how you'll explain yourself out of this one.
First of all, the start of this whole incident was due to mere happenstance. You see, Lady Yai happened to catch sight of Shincho and the editor carrying the books away one night. She thought it was interesting, so she asked me to tease them a bit.
Uh-oh.
So it was Miko after all!
Ah, she's a
Paimon knew
scamp.
it. This thing had Miko written all over it!
Did.
That's right. But using the story of the five Kasen to guide you to the Kaedehara family's secrets was my personal touch. As for my
you're very proud
roundabout
of yourself.
approach, well, that was something which I had no choice but to do.
You had no choice?
Yes. Due to a certain incident that occurred earlier, I happened to notice the bonsai plants left behind by Kaedehara Yoshinori, as well as the blank papers hidden inside.
Oh, you're such a
I knew there was
sneaky
more than meets
detective.
the eye regarding those papers, but it
So
took me
much
some
smarter
time
than
to figure
all
out
of
the secret
Kazuha's
behind the ink,
ancestors.
the kind that would only appear when exposed to water. What Kaedehara Yoshinori said in the letter is very important for both the Kamisato clan and the descendants of the Kaedehara clan, especially Kazuha. The Kaedehara clan used to be subordinates of the Kamisato clan. It was my ancestors who were unable to protect them all those years ago. So now, this obligation fell on my shoulders.
Oh, I see.
Although he has the right to know the truth, the closer he draws to things hidden out of sight, the closer he also draws to danger.
Oh.
I had to confirm whether Kazuha has both the will and ability to be privy to the truth. Of course I could
he does.
outright tell him the truth that I had discovered, But maybe he doesn't have the will that's required.
Oh.
In that case, the truth would only become a burden to him.
Nah, he's got this.
If he lacks the ability, then he wouldn't be able
He's
to
one
find
of
the
the
truth
most
in the
powerful
first
people
place.
on my team.
In which case,
So,
it would be
he's
better to keep him
pretty
away from
cool and
danger
good at
altogether.
everything.
Kaedehara
Cannibal,
Yoshinori
you know.
left his
They're
message
all
in a
great.
roundabout way precisely
Best
for this
element.
reason. For a long time, I yearned for a suitable opportunity to convey this matter, right up until the night when a legend of sword was smuggled away.
Oh, Paimon gets it now.
But why was everyone else involved too?
Yeah, it wasn't only Kazuha. You brought all of the rest of us into this plan of yours.
Yeah.
I figured you would ask this question eventually.
Yeah.
I merely saw that this matter would be of value to you.
Okay.
And more importantly, I hoped that while Kazuha and Ayaka were looking for the answers together, they would have some reliable friends by their side.
Oh, that's
reliable friends who would be willing to protect them and make measured decisions. Friends who would
Barbatos
spare
protects
no
you.
effort to lend a helping
Don't
hand
worry.
in times of trouble.
Got this.
Because it is
I
also
only injure
very likely
myself
that you will
doing
face the
archery
same
sometimes,
enemy together in the
so.
future.
So who is Kunikuzushi?
You already know the answer deep down inside, don't you?
My brother?
The answer is actually hidden in the portrait of Kuronushi.
Oh, really?
When there is no one else near the portrait, you can confirm with your own eyes.
Oh.
As
it
for
have
the
invisible
means of
ink?
revealing that answer, well, you have used it many
Throw
times
water on the
before.
portrait. Everyone's like, what are you doing? Oh, wait for night. Oh, okay.
It's getting pretty late, so nobody else is around now.
Perfect. Let's throw water on it
So
and
Ayato
ruin the art.
must have been telling us to splash water on the portrait.
Yeah.
Right?
What if Ayato's just like a jerk and there's nothing to reveal and he's just like, haha, you ruined the painting. What is it? What is it?
It's the Balladeer!
Who?
So he was the one behind the trouble all those years ago!
Scaramouche?
When there is no one else near the portrait, you can confirm with your own eyes. As for the means of revealing that answer, well, you have used it many times before. Also, there's one last thing that we must discuss. I mentioned earlier that the occurrence of a certain incident made me notice the bonsai plants.
Uh-huh.
I wish to tell you of that incident now.
Okay. What was it?
It was just after the Shogun announced the abolition of the Sakoku decree. I heard that something had happened at the Tenryou Commission.
Uh-oh.
They had discovered signs that someone had entered the warehouse storing the Commission's articles of evidence and confiscated items. But nothing was stolen. I felt something unusual about that incident, so I told Kujo-Sara of the Tenryou Commission to treat it as if nothing happened. She was not to increase the guard or relocate the warehouse contents. In the meantime, I sent a member of the Shumatsuban to keep watch over the warehouse. And sure enough, someone was sneaking in and rummaging through the belongings of the Kaedehara clan.
Oh no! Who was it?
You mean he was also looking for...
I let him search for a while, but in the end, he found
I let
nothing.
him steal a few things.
Soon
Whatever,
after,
no big deal.
he had to leave Inazuma by
I'm sure
boat.
Kazuha doesn't mind.
Why didn't you send someone to catch him?
Yeah, you stupid dummy. Boba man. Too busy drinking
The
boba.
best way to protect a secret is to treat it as if it doesn't exist, is it not? Besides, the identity of this person is not hard to guess. After he left Inazuma, I carefully checked the Kaedehara clan's belongings one by one, and eventually discovered the papers in the hidden compartment of the flower pot. I am certain that the papers are the secret which the infiltrator sought to find, though he couldn't confirm whether this secret existed at all. So, now on to my final question.
Final question.
Which part of Kaedehara Yoshinori's experiences was the secret that needed to be protected?
That Kaedehara Yoshinori knew that the culprit was named Kunikuzushi?
I don't have an answer to this question at present, so...
Alright.
I'll
Why are you
leave it
asking
to
me
your
things you don't know the
future
answer
self.
to? It's rude.
As for now, please, enjoy yourselves at the Iridori Festival.
Okay. Wow. Well, Mr. Belvedere, you're a mean man. How rude! How rude! Did we get any primos for finishing that? We didn't. Are we not done with the quest? No, we're done. I want to get enough just for... Should I do some commissions? Okay, let me do these commissions real quick so I can get one more pull. Ta-da! All right, okay. All right, you guys. Okay, is that enough to pull? Wish? Yes! No, wait! Oh! I almost wished for Ayato. My greatest fear. I almost did it in my haste. Oh, that would have been horrible. All right, here we go. This is the last chance. Last chance. Let's do it. All right, everybody believe really hard. I'm Venti the Bard. Wouldn't wishing be faster? Come on! That would have been very cool. But alas. Whee! Amazing. Wow. Look at that! I'm so powerful! Well, if you insist. Alright, I'm not leaving after all. Let's put $100 in. Oh man, okay. I feel like we're gonna get him. Okay. Alright, here we go. Ready? Go! Alright, okay. Woohoo! Alright, we got another free one from that. Alright, we got our little chef. Her again, opera lady is very popular. A sword! Sucrose, alright, okay. Here we go. Yes! I knew it! Come on, please be Venti. Please! Jean! No! Oh no! Stupid Jean, get out of here, you dumb old lady! No! That is so sad! I thought for sure. Oh, I don't have him yet. Okay, that's cool. No! Alright, okay, let's try it a little bit more. I really gotta go though after these 9 pulls. Okay. Ah! So gross! Well, I'm so sad. Ah! I think I'm gonna come back and stream for a little bit longer after my session. So I think what I'm gonna do, I haven't tried this on YouTube yet, but I think I'm gonna go to my be right back screen. So I'm gonna be right back for like 20 minutes, and then I will come back and we'll do a little festival stuff. Maybe we can get like 1 or 2 more pulls. Sad. I was so excited. Oh, I guess okay. Okay, so I'll see you guys soon, all right? Okay, bye.